Okay, so this was not planned because so sadly I had made a very good video about the topic before doing this post. So actually Goal asked me what would be the impact of the stat, and the second, why can't you try and keep what works best. So I was typing, then I realized I had already answered those things or explained in the video, but the video had the microphone not recorded. I'm having trouble in these days because basically there is a program or an update which is conflicting, and so sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. If I forgot to check to test before taking the recording, that's so since I'm already busy, I decided to fix that later, but okay, never mind. So this is why I'm making this video. So the point is, let's say, to answer this question and questions and eventually other questions. So why I need to find the correct value, which for the moment since I'm basically modding on hack and slash base, which is another mod which I have the permission to use and integrate. So basically this is already doubled. It already doubles the character speed, movement, and other stuff. So we are already at 2.0 at the moment. So, but I since there are as you can imagine, there are a lot of other parameters in the game, or everything should be scaling at least in the end uh, to give the best experience. So and I would also have to rework bosses, or someone have to rework bosses. So there are a lot of stuff to do. But the point is, since I was so in the other video, the one that wasn't recorded, wasn't microphone recorded, I had, no, sorry, not here. I was showing this picture, which is basically a GIF made by the other modder that was showing me the results. So this is basically a testing phase for the Quicksword at 3.0. So since he showed me before the 1.0, then I asked him, please show me the 6.0, which in my personal table for the Quicksword, not for everything, only for the Quicksword, was like the reference for the battle against Priscilla, between Teresa and Priscilla in the last time. So that speed is it's 6 times, is double of this basically. It's the double of this, and it's the speed of Teresa fighting. I made a post. I made a post of the same ability, but without the visual effect. So now he's basically adding the visual effect from other things and doing some stuff to make it fit. So basically, the Quicksword has its own specific speed scaling, and as I was saying in the other video, just be patient. I have basically made a different copy of versions of the same animation at different speed levels. So let's say the character base movement attack speed in the game, it's actually in this mod that I'm making 2.0. But the Quicksword starts at 3.0, so 50% more. And this is yeah, like 50% more of the rest of the skills basically, and probably also the wind cutter because they're very close. So but this is for the Quicksword. I decided to make this one for the Quicksword only. So this is the my reference table for awakening, for release, Yoki release. So let's imagine in the other video I was saying, other videos I was saying 80% is basically the speed of the battle against Rigardo, like the final moments when Claire is using the quick sword to destroy Rigardo, and 100% is basically when Teresa is destroying Priscilla in the last moment. So those are like the top moments. So let's go back, revert back to other levels, and let's say Irene or Elena is the one who created the technique. So if this is Claire, maybe this is Claire starting using the technique, and this is Claire starting to learn how to use the technique, starting to master it a bit in the speed with some Yoki usage. This can be also the speed. One of these three can be the speed of Irene or Elena using the same ability, but or maybe this can be Irene. It depends. Like I honestly don't know. This is why I need some help, because I have a lot of stuff in my mind. So if you can help me at least to fix this, then it's easier. Maybe I will ask you also for other skills, other stuff, your opinion. And so let's go back for a moment, and then I will come back here and explain. So basically what I'm asking here is what should be, like, if the human speed is 1.0, which is the original regular game speed for every animation, or almost every. So let's say that 1.0 is the human speed value multiplier, which should be like, what's the boost? What do you think is the boost of the claymores taking after the treatment, let's say after the organization implants what we know? So I'm not talking about the top ones. I'm not talking about specific claymores that specialized in dexterity, agility, and so on. I'm speaking like also the lower one. What's the basic, like the basic boost of speed without activating the Yoki, like with silver eye? So what do you think this is? So if you want to know, I'm thinking if there is a way that I can show you. If you want to know what's already in the game. So in any case, I will have to scale the bosses and the enemies, because now it's too easy to kill them. Actually, they are not built to fight in this way. I mean, in the hack and slash mode, they are faster, they have more life, they have already been scaled, but with the things that I'm adding, and there will be, they will need more scaling. And also it's also because I want the lore to be more fitting. So let's say that probably in the end I will maybe also release a version of the mod which is it doesn't use hack and slash, it's based on original values. So you will also have maybe the 1.0, and everything will scale from there. But in this moment I'm basically on 2.0 already. So as I said, there will be one class which will be basically the human supporting the claymore, which starts at level 1, and that character, if it's possible, I will make it start at 1. I still need to study that part, but in my idea is it will be the only class that will not be a claymore, actually, because even the Abyss Feeder, which is the other class, I can show you quickly if you didn't see that video. Okay, so let's say that basically these are the classes maybe I will add others, but for the moment, these are the classes that are in the game. So this is the human supporter, which is basically like a Rabona fighter, and all others are all claimers in a way. And this one is not a claimer, but is an abyss feeder. So it's basically something else, but it's still somehow claimer. It's not a human, so it doesn't move on a, even if they move slow, but when they fight they don't look so slow. I mean, they do their stuff. So maybe it's 1.5. I will not touch this one. I will not change this one. I will just leave it, and the others claimers will be boosted more than this one. And the human should start, in my mind, it's not implemented yet, but it should start at 1.0, not just one level of level, but 1.0 speed. The others will have like double. This is actually how it is in the moment. I'm asking you, what do you think? In the manga, what do you think should be the boost, the basic boost without any Yoki release? Okay. And then after that base is established, basically, I can, after that base is established, I can more easily work on the awakening, because let's say, for example, okay, this is, as I said, this is the quick sword specific table that I made. So that's for the quick sword, not for all abilities. So maybe, for example, maybe Hysteria could be like 7 or like something like that, but for the movement, not the attack. So generally, I just Hysteria, for example, if there will be. So, but that's another thing. This is like, okay, the 3.0 is basically minus, no, it's a plus 50% of the 2.0. So actually we are already boosted here in the quick sword over 50%. Only because that's the quick sword. But I made another video, I think, where I was showing the different things and different values, and I can show it again, where I basically ask you, what do you think? Should this be the starting speed base for the quick sword, or I should stay on the lower one, which is the 2.0, which is the base for every skill, and scale from that on? Because after that, I can say, okay, 10% of the base, which is in this case is 3.0, but it could be 2. In that case, 10% increase is 2.2, and so on. So 2.8 and so on. So that's the question basically. No, it's not 2.8. I'm not calculating now, but the point is, okay, so once I know, or I'm sure about the basic movement, I can also fix or start regulating the other skills. So like, let's say that generally speed fixing is not a real problem. It's one of the most easiest thing to do, so it's not a problem. So let's go back to the questions. What would be the impact of that stat? Okay, this statistic basically impacts the base movement, so the speed of the fight. Maybe I can show you. So for the 2.0, you can just check other videos, just the last one I made about Denev. For this one, no, the game is not open, and if I open it from there, you're not gonna see the 1.0, so be patient. Okay, this is another mod that I used for checking some things that I could maybe use and integrate in mine, but in the end it's not, so I will not use it, even if it's cool. So So if you have Elden Ring, you should try that one. This one. Okay, so now you're gonna see regular speed. This is the light attack basic speed. This is the heavy attack of this sword, of course, and every sword, every weapon has its own weight, its own. But let's say, okay, that this is generally. Let's see if I have. Let's keep another sword, maybe the claymore, which is a bit lighter, so you can. And that's the base I'm using for all the claymores. So. This is the 1.0, okay? Let's do a quick fight with that guy. And with that guy, since it's there, watching us in a bad way, ouch. Okay. So... now actually this is the 1.0, this is the movement, the regular movement. So, and I am already level okay, this is boosted because I'm doing some stuff, but I'm level 200. Even if I mean, the more the dexterity goes up, the higher the movement goes, but just a bit. I mean, it's barely unnoticeable, so it just gets smoother, but it's so small increase that you don't even notice. So basically, against common enemies you won't notice. Maybe it's even funnier to play 1.0, but against bosses, and that's why Elden Ring is more difficult than other games. Or generally Dark Souls games, which I'm not fan of, but Elden Ring is nice. This is not a can slash, so I cannot revive the boss. So basically, like, oops, like let me think if there is an enemy in the area where I can show you something. Maybe here. Okay, there is a dragon here. Let's go for a dragon. So, which is not a boss, but still it's an intense fight. So if he's alive, yeah, he's alive. Okay. So if you fight at 1.0 against an enemy like this, even at 100 level, it can be, even at 140, it can be challenging. And you are very slow in a way. Okay, now I'm not focusing, of course. And he can break your guard, you can break his guard, and so on. Oops, he killed me. So, let's say that in a way is more... I hope you could hear me because it's loud. So in a way we can say the base game is more realistic. Yes, it's true. But the problem is that since I'm basically making this Claymore mod, we already know that like the base of the lore is that Claymores are faster than humans because they need that speed boost and strength boost and whatever boost to fight Yomas. So the enemies you are seeing now, we will also be boosted. Like the same base we will decide with the base for also for the enemies. So hoping that this will not break the game too much, or they will be adjusted anyway. So even like at least in my mind, even hard enemies, will be like the strong bosses. At least will be able to fit the like the strongest abilities. So let's go back to our thing and then finish. Otherwise, it becomes too long. Generally, I need to establish the base again. Yeah, I will start breathing again soon. I'm not dead, I'm just thinking. No, sorry. Here. So I will, anyway, I decided to show you the 2.0 quickly so that you can quickly make a confrontation. So this is basically, I didn't change anything. It's just the hack and slash modifier, which is doubling our, oh shit, this modified something. What happened? Don't tell me I did something stupid, maybe. I don't know why my statistic dropped actually, so I probably did something stupid with the statement. Whatever, it's not so bad, and I can fix that. I just need to remember. So okay, like moving is doubled, and as you can see already, it's doubled, and these are the same enemies we saw before. But let's say that these are medium common enemies. Like they are a little bit challenging at the beginning of the game, in the original game. We can relate this kind of enemy to a not really base Yoma, just a little bit higher, but nothing special in the end. So if you start at level 10, it will still be challenging, and you will just be speedier, like not as the enemy. You don't have to look at the enemy now. You have to look at the speed of the character, because also the enemies will have the at least some of the enemies, not all, but some of the enemies will have a boost. So let me close. So you don't have to evaluate the reaction of the enemy, because I'm not sure if it's boosted or not. Anyway, that's not the point in this moment, in this question. My question is, again, what could be or should be the boost percentage, like now the boost and difference between human fighter, a human speed, and claymore speed, base. Even the number 47 of every generation, not clear, or the 46 or 45, whatever. Like, what's the basic boost? So if we establish like it's 1.5, that's kind of a problem, because I have to lower it down everything that was scaled up to 2. So in my mind, it's still 2 is good, but maybe if you will tell me like 1.5, I will probably keep 2.0, but I will scale down, for example, the quick sword, and everything will start from 2.0 instead from 3, for example. Not because I don't want to listen to your voice, but it's because as you can imagine, it means reworking everything. So in that case, I will probably do it in the end and rework everything from like rework in another version of the mod, which will be lesser. Maybe. Okay, so I think I said almost everything. For the second question, I'm generally testing already, but since the point is I want to scale the whole game in the final release, so I cannot just look at how it is now compared to the abilities I'm having done and see, oh, it's too speedy, because I want to look at this, where was it, at this one, and I wanted to look at this one and tell me what should be this speed. What do you think this speed is in the manga? Is this Irene Quicksword when we first saw her? Is this Claire in the halfway learning the Quicksword? Like which kind of speed? Let's because this is the basically this is the speed is giving me now. So before starting doing other stuff, I want to scale it also. So let's go back to the point. So maybe the question is, what do you think this speed level is in the old manga? Where do you place it? Okay, that said, I can close this video, which is already long, and you will let me know.